Did Disney confirm their X-Men and Fantastic Four plans? With Comcast out of the way, the path is clear for Disney to acquire 20th Century Fox's sweet, sweet properties. Which has left most of us wondering, with two major superhero teams returning to the Marvel family, how exactly will the House of Mouse deal with the Fantastic Four and X-Men? Now, while we're still waiting for more info on how the Marvel Cinematic Universe will be affected by the merger, today we got one step closer to finding out what Disney might be up to with the first family and everyone's favorite mutants. We got word that Disney head Bob Iger spilled some of the beans while on a conference call for third quarter financials, and although he didn't reveal too many specifics, he did give us some hints as to the future of a Disney-owned Fox slate. According to Iger, the Fox acquisition gives Disney the opportunity to be associated with and to expand iconic movie franchises like Avatar, Marvel's X-Men, The Fantastic Four, Deadpool, Planet of the Apes, XMen, and many others. He then mentioned that they would be exploring possibilities for some of the newly acquired Disney properties on the big and small screen for the upcoming Disney streaming service, helping to round out their portfolio. Iger also gave an update on that streaming service too, saying that it's on track for a late 2019 launch, with original content in the works, including the world's first live-action Star Wars series and new episodes of the Star Wars Clone Wars animated series. And the word around the campfire is that their streaming service will be cheaper than Netflix. $13. But what we find pretty interesting is Iger's insistence that Disney will support and expand on the big title movie franchises it's acquiring. It makes a ton of sense. Now, we figured that Disney wasn't going to let blockbuster moneymakers like Avatar, X-Men, and Deadpool die on the vine, and known franchises like Planet of the Apes and XMen are good additions to Mickey Mouse's intellectual property gauntlet. But what about the Fantastic Four? Now, we know that Marvel Comics actually split up their first family and stopped producing the book, reportedly due to poor sales. However, Bleeding Cool reported in 2017 that Marvel chairman Isaac Perlmutter demanded that Fantastic Four posters be ripped from the office walls. However, both the cancellation and posters were in a reaction to Fox owning the movie rights with no creative or financial control from Marvel. But that changed today, as Marvel just released their first Fantastic Four issue since 2015 with the original team. And since we've previously speculated on this show that the changes in the comics tend to trickle over to the MCU, Marvel is seemingly setting up the FF to be introduced in the MCU in some form. Fantastic Phase 4. As for the mutant side of the House of Ideas, what does Iger's comments mean for all of the X-Men films that Fox currently has in development? Both the New Mutants and X-Men Dark Phoenix films were set to release this year and have been pushed back to 2019. Now, this is all speculation, but our guess is that, much like with Sony's Spider-Man, Disney is going to want to wipe the slate clean and start laying the groundwork for mutants in the MCU as soon as possible. So we could see Disney either shelving the films or releasing them with little promotion before adding them to their streaming service. And since Iger specifically mentioned Deadpool in the earnings call, we assume Ryan Reynolds' run as the character is probably safe, and we could see them finding a way to bring him into the MCU as well. However, with Marvel canceling Donald Glover's animated Deadpool series, they may have different plans for the Merc with the Mouth. So what do all these new details mean? We're not sure, but luckily Iger said we'll be getting more info in future calls, so we'll keep you updated as the story continues. But what do you folks think? Do you want some Deadpool, X-Men, and Fantastic Four in your MCU? Are you excited about the New Mutants and X-Men Dark Phoenix films? And how much money do you think Marvel will drop off at Hugh Jackman's house to have him reprise his role as Old Man Logan? All the monies. Let's discuss. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified every time we go live with the show or drop a new video, like today with the new episode of The Dan Cave. Dan is breaking down the top 6 Catwoman stories you need to read. Check it out on Nerdist YouTube right now.